Today's talk will be on Porunai civilization and its link to Lemuria or Kumarikandam. Having scientifically established about the ancestry of Tamil civilization, we should now turn towards a few questions which could be itching your mind. If the Tamil civilization had 3,200 years old ancestry, who were there before them? Or are they the native men of soil? To answer this question from another scientific point of view, I must bring to your attention of the DNA dating of men living there in far south. It was found by a set of distinguished scientists that M130 gene found in those villages have 50,000 years old ancestry. It was not found in one or two men. At least about 3 to 5% of the people in a particular region have this kind of gene with such a long ancestry. That means the men and women of Tamil Nadu, particularly in the far south of Tamil Nadu in Madurai, Porunai, they had been living there for about 50,000 years. They are the real sons of the soil. They had been living as foragers, hunters, gatherers for about 50,000 years ago. Maybe the last 10,000 years, they have been able to reach a certain level of civilization that they could do agriculture, cultivating rice. At this point, I need to bring to another important fact to your attention. The same M130 gene had been found in many men of Africa, East Africa, like Ethiopia and Kenya. These genes had ancestry of 200,000 to 100,000 years old ancestry. What does it mean? It can mean, and it does mean, only one point. The inhabitants of Tamil Nadu most likely must have migrated from East Africa. The Homo sapiens, which won the struggle against Homo erectus and other form of hominoid, is about 200,000 to 100,000 years old. They had started migrating out for better pastures about 100,000 years ago. They must have started from East Africa. They could have moved along the coastal area, all along the Nile River, to Sudan, Egypt, and settled there about 100,000 years ago. Then they must have struggled along, and eventually that settlement could have blossomed into an Egyptian civilization of 4000 BC antiquity. Then some enterprising young men could have moved along the coast, cut across the Red Sea, reached Mesopotamia, where the two rivers, Tigris and Euphrates, flowing. That this domain, this region is the present day Iraq, Iran, and they could have built the very famous Sumerian civilization somewhere around 3000 BC. They could have reached there about 80,000 years ago, but it takes time to build a civilization, and that could have been done in 3000 BC. Then they could have moved all along the coastal line to Indus Valley around 70,000 years ago. They could have established the Indus Valley civilization around 2000 BC. Then they moved along the western coast to reach South India around 60,000 years ago and could have established Porunai, Korkai, Key civilization sometime around 1500 BC. Note, all along, all these calculation of ages are only approximate, but the most important point is these two facts, scientific facts, come from two different disciplines: carbon dating by physics and DNA dating from biology. They concur and they give much better, wholesome information about the ages of human beings. Note, there are certain excavations, stone tools in Tiruvallur's area dating back to 300,000 years. They may have been used by earlier form of hominids, say Homo erectus. We don't know much about them, and we don't have any human fossils for them. However, such evolution, such possibility of human beings are possibility because the East Africa and Tamil Nadu, they are all in the same latitude of +10 north, subtropical domain, which is the cooking pot for nature to variety of experiments of producing variety of organisms, including human beings. We don't know much about them. We leave at that point. This prompts another question. What about the Lemuria or the so-called Kumarikanda? It was supposed to be a big landmass extending from Africa, Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, Maldives, then Gumarikum. But watch out, the old landmass of so-called Gondwana or supercontinent, see the figures, split up into two different land masses, India and Africa, about 8.8 crores ago, or it is about 88 lakhs ago. But the Homo sapiens, or the crudest form of human beings, is about 0.6 crore, only about 60 lakhs ago, which means by the time the human beings originated, by the time any form of human beings appeared on the surface of earth, Lemuria, if at all it had existed, had disappeared into the sea. That automatically means the so-called Lemuria or Kumarikandam are all poetic fancies, wishful thinking, that's all. We cannot go beyond them. We cannot say beyond anything on this one. Whatever I have said so far might hurt the sentiments and the pride of Tamil savants and enthusiasts. But a rose is a rose is a rose. Not that I love Tamil culture less, but as a scientist, I love truth more. I have summed up all the important points so far I have discussed. You can go through them, and whatever is your comments, you are welcome to get back to me. All the best. Thank you.